my idea for me, like it's not about like fancy plugins. It's about those plugins that I use all the time. Like I think about 80% of the time I gravitate around the same sort of 12, 15 plugins at most. And I really like simple, very simple plugins. So just quickly, because you were talking about 808s before, I can probably talk about two plugins real quick that I love for 808s. This is not a secret. Oops, we'll open it. Okay. Well, the DBX 160. Sorry, it's a little confusing with all of that stuff. Maybe I should.
They all sound different. So you this is the DBX 160 from UA.
UAD, yeah. I didn't test the other ones. I really like this one. I use it on just about everything except for vocals. But just today, someone told me that apparently it's pretty good on vocals. So anything that needs a little sort of attack and grip and transient a little bit, I use it. So I think it's really good on kicks. Like whenever I have a mix that all of a sudden it's like, well, I know the kick is there, but I just can't hear it, or I can feel it, but it's so weird. As you know, as you once said, the house music is 99% kick.
Yeah.
Anyways, so you gotta have that anyways in check. So what I would do is often I will just open this on a bus and use it as parallel and send, and being really mindful of this, there's only really one button here that I use is the threshold. There's not many settings on here. And just be mindful that it can become a little snappy sometimes if you go too far. But just putting it on the bus as a send, I think it does miracles, and so does this one. And I know you like this one a lot too.
Oh, that's my baby.
And as you can see, it opens up by default to this preset called Drum Fattener that just works, and I really love it. So
what are the settings? How did you come to this setting and everything?
I didn't. This is a preset.
Oh, okay.
I know, and this is kind of what I want to kind of advocate today. It's like, to go with the things that are easy and simple. It just works. I like it. So same thing for this. Well, I use it as an insert often, but I love it as a parallel, especially on things like kicks. Again, when it's sort of like, you can hear it, but it just mashes with everything, and you want it to be in its own kind of, not space, because that's not the right word, but you want it to have this, to poke out a little bit and have its own universe, let's say. Anyways, so I would say these two, like, I just wanted to follow up on your on your idea of 808. Oh, then why not talk about this obviously as well, which is another very easy thing for percussions and kicks and all that. If the other ones don't work, I love to use a Transient Designer. I have different ones. The reason why I like this one is because you got a parallel mix.
Okay. Yes.
So you could put it on an insert and do exactly what I just said, but as an insert anyways. So anyways, I'm not really gonna talk too much. We've got these sorted. So
one thing I think it would be important, since you deal with kicks a lot, and so say you have a kick, and from the discussion you just started, when you have a kick on the in your track and you cannot get the kick to come through, but if you bring it up, then your balance goes to shit. So what do you do in that case? Which ones of those plugins would you use, in which order?
If I need body decapitator, if I need punch and attack DBX, if I need to control the like the length and things like that, the Transient Designer most likely.
See, that's the thing. It's like there's not one solution. And that's what I wanted the guys to hear.
Okay. Am I continuing or?
Yeah, we got a little bit out of sync, but basically what you guys just heard is this is there's a lot of people who say, oh, one plugin does it all, or one process does it all, but it's really a question of a thought process. And so you can hear that the way Fred thought about this is, if I need body, I use Decapitator for the saturation. If I want to have attack, then I use the DBX 160 because it has a slow attack and thus it lets the click through. And then if I want to control everything very precisely, then I use my Transient Designer. This is why these things are important, because you may not be able to come up with this. When you buy Decapitator, it doesn't tell you, oh, this is great to flatten bass drums. It tells you this is a really badass distortion. And then you use those plugins to come up with tricks to make things go.